Okay, then I'll call to order the meeting of the Greenwood Merit Commission. This is Thursday, September 10th, 2020. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Brogan.
Here.
Commissioner McQueen is absent at this time. Commissioner Sherman.
Here.
Commissioner Treach.
Here.
Commissioner Walker.
Here.
Attorney Linda Meyer.
Here.
And also present is Chief of Police James Eisen and Recording Secretary Misty Tuerte.
Okay. Next, we have the approval of the minutes. I found a few things. I don't know. On page 1, it says page 1 of. Okay, sorry. It says page 1 of 2, and I think there's actually 4 pages. Not a big thing. And then down under section 567, I think it should be morale, not moral. So there's a typo there, misspelling. I don't know if anybody else is looking at them.
I'm going to open it up right now.
So then the next one would be page 2 of 4. The next page is 3 of 4. At the top of the page, board had a discussion about Attorney Meyer's pay. Meyer is misspelled. And that would be page 3 of 4. And then the last page would be written page 4 of 4, not 4 of 2. So is anybody, I mean, if those that have it in front of them.
I got it in front of me. Mine came out
Okay.
the page number.
Did it make sense what I was?
Oh, I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, I seen it. Went in. It looked correct. The changes that you're talking about look correct.
Okay, did anybody see anything else? I mean, it doesn't really change the content, but okay. If no one sees, oh, I see Martha. Martha, are you there? Oh, she's muted.
I'm here.
Okay. So, Misty, if the record will reflect that Martha joined the meeting. Okay, and I honestly, Martha, I was looking at the minutes. I didn't see where you joined. Do you have any comments or corrections on the minutes?
I don't.
No.
Okay, if not, is there a motion to approve with the changes that were noted?
I'll make the motion.
Is there a second?
Seconded. Tom Brogan seconded.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Old business. I'll put this under old business. I would just like to welcome Chief Eisen to our meetings. I know he's been at several others, but in his new role as chief. So looking forward to working with you, and anything we can do to help you. We're here.
I appreciate it, and I will definitely reach out whenever the need arises. And same for you guys. If there's any of you that don't have my personal cell number, please let me know and I'll get it to you.
And of course, you know, you can contact Attorney Meyer if you need to.
Sure.
I mean, obviously one of us, but yeah.
I think I just dropped something off to her the other day.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure, you know, you've been around long enough. You kind of know what's going on. The other thing, I'll just put it under, I can do it under old business, is we'll need to each make individual arrangements with Misty to sign our voucher for tonight's meeting. And then Mike, I'll wait. Misty, I'm assuming will make the corrections on the minutes and let me know. And then
Okay.
I'll go in after those she has the minutes completed so that we can just go in and sign minutes and our voucher at the same time.
That'll be fine.
I mean, if you want to make 2 trips, that's fine, but I'll let you know when I've been in, okay?
That'll be great.
Okay. Anybody have any old business? New business? Let's see, business from the floor. There's nobody. I guess we don't have a floor. I don't think anybody else has attempted to sign in, so. Anything from the attorney? Okay, she's shaking her head no. From the chief?
Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute. No, I have nothing. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, I do have something. 2 of our applicants, Evan Painter and Samuel Bowen, have made it through PERF, and we've got the go-ahead from them to hire. Jacob Haggis, we had a local pension board meeting on him Tuesday, and he passed the local pension board and has been sent off to PERF. So what I would like to do is request pending, which I would guess I will have within 10 days, pending Jacob Haggis approval, your authorization to go ahead and hire all 3 of them, probably sometime around the first week of October, which will be before your next meeting.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I heard Evan Painter, but I missed the next person you said was Sam.
Samuel Bowen, Bowen, and then Jacob Haggis.
Okay, yeah, I got that one. Okay, Bowen, I missed Bowen. Okay.
Okay, I'll make that motion to hire Evan Painter and Samuel Bowen and Jacob Haggis.
Pending perf approval.
Pending perf approval.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'm voting second. Sorry, Martha.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, you have something else?
Just to let you know that the new merit ordinance that the city attorney drafted went before the council for the first, or for introduction last night. So we got the process started.
Okay, and that's in reference to the lateral transfers, correct?
Yes.
Okay, well, I was also made aware that there was a couple other ordinances that were going to be brought before the council regarding, one was my understanding regarding change of the way the membership of the commission
Yeah.
would be
So
set up.
that is, have you guys not received a copy of that draft?
No.
Okay. I will get that to you right away. So yes, I believe one of the changes is currently the council appoints 2
Right.
members, and it would change to, they would get 1 appointment and the mayor would get 2 appointments.
Well, I guess I'm not understanding that because the council always appointed a Republican and a Democrat like the police did, and the mayor had 1 pick.
Right, let me,
I don't know what the reasoning is. Nobody has mentioned anything to us.
that is, the way that the city attorney drafted it was off of state statute. So they went off of the state merit statute, and that's, those are the, that's how it specifies how the merit board will be, chosen.
So I guess who decided that needed to be changed?
Well,
I mean, that didn't come from the merit commission.
no, that came from the city attorney. My understanding was that they did that because that is the way the state statute or the state merit statute reads. And they're trying to bring our police ordinance, merit ordinance, in line with the fire ordinance because of all of the discrepancies between the 2 and because they haven't been updated in several years. And from my discussion with the city attorney, any changes that would have to be made or modifications to that ordinance would have to come in the form of a revision after it is passed. So if we wanted to, for instance, the state guidelines state that we have to do the physical agility test, which we now do in the beginning before we even accept the applications. We have to do that the very last process right before we hire, or the very last step of the process before we hire. So I wanted that changed, but what I was informed was the way the law reads on it, it has to be adopted and then a revision can occur after the adoption. So we'd have to approve it and then revise it at that point. But I apologize. I didn't realize that you guys were left out of the loop on that. I know it was only drafted maybe 10, 14 days ago, but I will get you a copy right away. I'll actually email you one tonight.
Well, I'm a little misunderstanding. Maybe it's the communication here. But you're gonna pass something and then you're gonna revise it? Is that the process?
Yes, that's the way it works. If you want to make any revisions to the way the state has written it, the approving body, which would be the city council, and then the police department would have to vote on it also. So it's got to go through 3 readings of the council, and then it's got to go through a vote of the police department before it becomes effective. And then once it's implemented, you can go in and make revisions to it.
Jimmy, were you involved in the discussions with the city attorney that wrote the ordinance?
Yeah, so we had a Zoom meeting or a WebEx meeting. John, they included me because I was incoming, but this was when John was still chief. She had, my understanding was the ordinance was drafted a few months ago, and we had a discussion on it. And I was under the assumption that you guys had drafts of this. I didn't know that you didn't. So I'll shoulder that, but I will make sure that you get a draft of it.
I think we would all appreciate that, Jimmy.
Yes, you're welcome. I know it wasn't intentional, whether it be, on my part or John's part. I just assumed that you had it, and apparently you don't, so I will get it to you right away.
I guess my comment would be, I thought the ordinance or whatever had been written back when it was, I guess in the 80s sometime maybe, to keep the merit commission from becoming politically. I thought the reason between 2 and 1 from the mayor was for diversity, and it seems to me that if the mayor gets 2 picks, I mean, how is the council? How are they going to pick? Are they going to pick whatever party the mayor is? Then you'd have the 2 from the mayor's pick, which I assume he's going to pick from his political affiliation. And then if you have 1 from the council, and then of course the police have the 2 different parties, seems to me you're going to have whatever affiliation the mayor is, that's what your merit commission is going to be made up of, unless I'm just not understanding it right.
Yeah, so, and I was looking for, I know I have it digitally. I was looking for a copy of that. I don't know how to pull it up while we're on WebEx right now, but my understanding is that is the only change of the makeup of the board, that the mayor would get 2 appointments, one from each political affiliation. The council would get 1, and the police department would get 2, one one person's
Okay.
political affiliation.
And maybe that's spelled out in the ordinance, that's,
Yeah, the process of
without us seeing
selection,
it, I don't know how it reads.
the process of selection is spelled out. But why they changed it from why the statute gives the mayor 2 and the council 1 when it wasn't that way before, I have no knowledge of why that is.
But am I understanding that you're saying they're gonna rewrite the ordinance here in Greenwood to get in line with the state merit statute?
Yes,
But they have more than 5 members on their own. Like I know IMPD does. I would think a lot of the other merit commissions would have more than 5 members.
well, I don't
See
want
what,
to speak,
you see,
I don't
am
want
I
to speak out
making
of,
sense?
yeah, I don't want to speak out of turn because I'm not an attorney, and I haven't
I mean, neither.
got too deep in the weeds with her on this, but my understanding is that the city could make an ordinance and pass, and the wording of it could be however they want it. But if you're following what the state guidelines are for it, and I guess they're just guidelines under that statute, I don't think there's anything that says that we have to follow that specific statute. We could make our own, IMPD could make their own, but I think from the city attorney's perspective, and I don't want to put words in our mouth, it was trying to take an old Greenwood Police Department merit ordinance and an old Greenwood Fire Department merit ordinance and mirror them into something that are similar, so that we don't have, number one, outdated ways of doing things, but also some sort of parity between the way each operates. But on the flip side of that, I came into this very late. I've had one discussion with the city attorney, and like I said, I apologize. I did not realize that you had not received the draft. But we'll get that corrected.
Okay. Yeah, if you can get that out to us so we can read it and then.
Yeah.
Might have a better understanding. I understand there was another ordinance presented or introduced, whatever the word is, regarding our legal counsel. I understand that they want to have city council represent the merit commission now, not our own private attorney or whatever, for lack of better words. And I guess I have a little concern over that because it seems like there could be a conflict of interest, and maybe, not seeing that ordinance as well, there could be a provision in there for them hiring outside counsel for us. I guess I'm just not following the logic on that. If you can speak to that, or
Wendy, I'm not familiar with that. If that was discussed last night at the council meeting, it bypassed me.
okay.
That's the first I've heard of that.
Okay, well, I I'll be honest, I haven't been to any, we called it BZA back in the day, or council meetings, since I've not honestly attended in many, many years. So I'm assuming if it was introduced at the council meeting last night, that they should have copies available. So I could contact.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, when I send you that information tonight, on the merit ordinance, I will send you as soon as we're done, I'm going to pull up the agenda for last night's council meeting and go over it again.
Okay.
I was knee deep in the budget and going through paperwork while they were discussing things that didn't pertain to the police department. So,
yeah.
But I don't remember seeing anything like that or hearing anything in regards to the merit board's council.
Okay, well, I could have been misinformed. That's just what someone had told me. So I was just curious about what, okay, let's see. Do you have anything else, Chief?
No, that's all I have.
Okay, and, okay, Mike, you were working with the chief, right, on the lateral transfer?
Yeah, and I was wanting to ask Jimmy if they introduced an ordinance last night regarding, lateral transfers, if he could get us a copy of that as well.
Well, the ordinance, the new merit ordinance, has that language in it. It allows for, the department to do laterals.
Okay,
It's one of the provisions within that ordinance. It's not a separate ordinance.
okay,
Oh, okay.
so that should be in there then.
Yeah.
Okay,
So really
Okay.
I think the two main changes in that ordinance, the rest of it mirrors the old ordinance pretty closely, is, the way that the board is selected or appointed, and the, option to allow for lateral transfers.
Okay. Well, if you can get that to us, then we can each review it on our own and,
I'll do that right after this meeting.
okay, thank you.
Awesome.
Also, Chief, if you get an opportunity, please let Shauna know that she has my number. She has my email. She can send this information to me at any time, and I'll be glad to share it with the Merit Board members. But we knew absolutely nothing about this.
Okay. I apologize. I didn't realize that.
Well, I would assume that if city legal is preparing legal documents that affect the Merit Commission, and I'm still the attorney for the Merit Commission, that she would have the courtesy to at least let me know so I could let the members know. So while I understand your apology, I don't think it was your responsibility.
Yeah, Jimmy, you don't need to apologize. You know, I don't feel like it was your place to notify us, so, but
Right. Well,
appreciate that.
yeah, I'm in the seat. I'll shoulder it. But if I would have known that, I would have gotten you copies of it. I assume that you have them. So,
Okay. Okay, do we have any claims? Unmute yourself.
Okay, there we go.
Thank
I have
you.
a claim in the amount of $333 for Attorney Myers services for the month of July, and approval for September per diems for the commissioners.
I'll make a motion, we pay both of those claims.
I'll second it.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, well, I kind of skipped over this. I got sidetracked. I have, and I think I emailed all of you, I guess there's been some difficulty in locating Linda's contract, which it had just been written on a, I don't know, I don't want to say renewable. Maybe Linda can tell me, but it was just an ongoing contract until either the commission or Linda had agreed or whatever to cancel or not. So it was written where if we decided we did not want Attorney Meyer anymore, it was our option to inform her that, as well as it has been her option to let us know that she does not want to be attorney for us anymore. Since we couldn't seem to find anything, I know it came up a few years back, and I know Misty spent many hours trying to find this, and I could not find in my minutes where we signed another one, approved it. So I think I sent you all a copy of a contract. It's the same thing. you know, her $4,000, which is her $333 a month. And then if we do need her to represent us, $80 an hour, which, I mean, you're gonna, Martha's smiling. I mean, you can barely get a phone call for $80 an hour through an attorney these days. So we need to have this, I guess, signed so that Misty can have a copy too for our file and that. So I guess I will ask for a motion to approve the contract so that I may sign it and Linda can sign as accepting it. If everyone's had a chance to review it, are there any comments or?
So I have not had a chance to review it, and I'm sure it's fine, but do you mind if we address it next month?
Well,
I'm
I know
sorry, I haven't.
Misty's, no, that's okay. Misty's just been looking for it for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it basically, Martha, I mean, it's up to everybody else if they want to wait. Just says we employ Linda. It says it commences January 1st, 2020 on an annual basis until terminated upon a 30-day written notice by either the commission or the attorney. Commission agrees to pay the attorney the sum of $4,000 annually, payable at the rate of $333 a month. Compensation for litigation, the commission agrees to pay attorney for any litigation on an hourly basis of $80 per hour. This payment will be over and above the annual retainer and will involve the defense and or prosecution of any actions filed in any court of competent jurisdiction. Said attorney shall keep accurate time records reflecting the services rendered in said litigation and shall bill the same on a monthly basis. And then it just says expenses advanced. Said commission further agrees to reimburse said attorney for expenses advanced by the attorney in work for the commission or litigation involving the commission. That's all there is to it. It's just that simple one page.
And I will say it's the exact same contract I think I've had since 1988. I just always changed the dates. And that's the only thing that's ever been changed.
That's fine. I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I'm not trying to pressure you. I'm just telling you that's all it was that one page. The second page is for Mike to sign. I sign the first page and Linda signs the second page. So, I mean, if we can do that tonight, we'll get it signed and get it sent to Misty so she has that for her records as well. I'll keep a copy this time. I knew it was ongoing, so I never really thought about having an annual contract signed, and so I'll open it up now to other commission members' comments.
I'd like to make a motion that we accept the contract for Linda Myers on a yearly basis. I've read the contract. It
Yep.
all seems fine to me.
Okay.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, then Misty, we'll get this, I'll sign it and I'll bring it as soon as you let me know those minutes have been changed. And then when Mike comes in to sign his pay voucher and the minutes, then he can sign this as well. I'll get this to you, Linda. I'll stop by or something and have you.
Oh,
sign
okay.
it.
Okay. And yeah, if you could get me a copy of it after all the signatures are there as well.
Right.
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
have
you all.
Misty copy for me if that's okay. Okay, is there anything else?
Yeah, I got one thing.
Sure.
Chief, could you give us a roster of all the officers we have? I saw in the South Side Time had a list of everybody, and I don't have a personal list right now. Also, it's a good looking picture of everybody, kind of a team picture thing. I'd like to have a copy of that too, but I definitely like the list of
Yeah.
officers.
I can send that with the ordinance.
I figured that would be a good time to do it.
You
I
know,
did more for what, sorry.
sorry, go ahead.
The other thing is, this is more for Misty. Is there any way that we can do this with an executive session, have this same kind of conference? That would just be closed to the five of us, and our attorney?
The WebEx meeting, I don't know. That would be an IT question I can ask because they normally sit in on every meeting in case if something happens.
Tom, we would not be able to have an executive session for our regular meeting. That would be in violation of the open door law. You can only have executive sessions under certain circumstances, and any decisions that are made have to be done in a public meeting. But perhaps we could just, because there's so few of us in number and we could distance ourselves, we could ask to go back meeting in person.
Okay, well, I just wanted to throw that out there because we've had some, definitely tonight, we've had some discussion that I'd like to find out some other things from other members. So that's all. I just wanted to know if it was possible.
Okay. Yeah, those, the executive sessions we've had have always been like for the chief to bring us information on employees or prospective hires. I honestly don't know what other reasons we're allowed to have an executive session. Other than that, it has to all be public. So,
Yes.
yeah. Okay.
That's all.
All right. If there's nothing further, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? I wouldn't think so. Okay. Well, thank you all. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you,
Thank
Chief.
you.
Take care.
Yep.
All right.
Y'all have a good.
Aye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.